Okay, so let's move down the table a smidgen for the Champions League qualifying spaces here. And what have we got? We've got Aston Villa.
You can move on if you want.
Sorry?
You can move on if you want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Aston Villa, former team of Stephen Warnock here. Aston Villa 0, Tottenham 4. Now, I think first off, people, the story of these two clubs this season with these two managers that are newish into their teams has been remarkable.
Yep.
The impact they've had, their philosophies that's so obvious the way that they play. But Tottenham, we disagreed before this one where I think you thought that at their best, Villa are better. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, you know what? I think at their very best, I think Spurs are better. Villa got more injuries right now, I think, though Spurs have got some. Spurs' bench looked a lot stronger today.
Yeah.
But just the game. Back to the game. Villa did have a game in the week, didn't they, in the European Conference League, yeah. They looked a little flat. They changed the system. Go from there.
Didn't like it. If I'm in the changing room, I'm thinking, why? Why are we changing it now?
Negative, defensive kind of posture.
And I know they've done it in the season. At other times, they've gone with a 3, but they've always gone. The best results have come with the 4 at the back. It's so difficult to play against that box system. Yeah. And you're the home team. I almost get it more away from home because you're expecting the home team to come onto you and what have you. It just felt very much like Villa accepted that Spurs were going to have more of the ball, and they were okay with that. And I'm thinking, well, that's not Aston Villa this season.
It's not Aston Villa. I totally agree. But they did get chances on the counter attack.
They
did get looks. So it's like you're going to do your thing, and today at Villa Park, we're going to sit back and we're going to try and play on the counter because you're high line. Ollie Watkins looked a little off. Now he had the challenge from Van der Ven.
I think that knocked him.
I think it was the beginning of is not a very good game for them.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back, I think we said it at half-time. This only goes to the result in terms of Unai Emery's decision to play a little differently with a different system. And they looked tired and they looked a little flat. Is that the manager's fault to demand so much from a team? Is there been enough rotation? Is it the injuries now that are finally kind of derailing the team? Or are they overachieving to be in the top 4 anyway? I mean, they're still there right now. Fair play to them, but is it going to? Are they going to fall away given the squad and the amount of injuries they've still got?
Quite possibly. I mean, at the beginning of the season, you would have said 6th roundabout there,
would be great,
and then try and have a great run in the Europa Conference League. However, the some of the football they've played has been phenomenal, but they don't have the depth, and that's the big issue. Is that when you think beginning of the season to lose Tyrone Mings, Buendia, and then lose Kamara a few weeks ago, and he's vitally important.
He's really good, yeah. Pushes McGinn into one of those in-between space.
But that protection, him and Douglas Luiz, I talked before about Konate making Van Dijk a better player and vice versa. They do that together. That relationship that they have and the way they dovetail each other is exceptional. But when you drop McGinn back into that, McGinn then has to put the brakes on how he takes the opposition back towards their own goal and the positions he gets in. So it has a massive knock-on effect. I'll say I'm worried about Villa, but they've done this before where they've had a little bit of a blip.
They have. And then they go again.
Yeah, against United they had a blip where they should have won the game at Villa Park. And then you're thinking, oh, is that the end of it? And then they dominate games again. They do look tired, though. They really do look tired.
What went through the head of John McGinn?
Oh.
What the? I mean, he tried to kick Udogie into row Z in the stand. Like,
no, he didn't try to. He did.
I mean, any kind of reasoning for that? I mean, I got nothing. I got nothing for you. Like, he's such a usually composed player, controls himself. He absolutely launched him, didn't he? For that red card.
I like to be physical in a good way when I played. I don't like that. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, really bad.
I mean, if someone did that to you, playing on the local field, you'd be you're nearly fighting.
Yeah.
It's that bad, and you saw the reaction of the Spurs bench and the Spurs players, and rightly so. I think it was just pure frustration about the way the game had gone, and I think just before that incident, they had a chance, Villa, and it was 2-0 at the time, and they could have got back into the game, and it was a missed opportunity, and it was almost like he was so angry at that incident.
Maybe.
But there's no defending that.
Are Spurs better than Villa?
I think it's been proved today. I got that one wrong.
Well, no, but
I think I spoke with me.
But just to the end of just like going
till
forward,
the end of the season,
after 38 games.
I think it'll be very close, if I'm being honest.
I think more point. They've still got a little gap, haven't they?
Yeah.
A couple of points.
Yeah, but there's a game in hand for Tottenham, which is a big game. Yeah, I think very much like the top of the league and even the bottom of the league, a lot of points are going to get dropped in between now and the end of the season. Again, what a great thing this is, where we've got United, Tottenham and Villa vying for that top 4 spaces. Brilliant. I love it.
What do you like about Spurs?
I love the fullbacks, the way they play. Love Udogie.
So different, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that is...
We've never seen that, by the way.
No.
We've never seen a fullback coming inside and then going like way high as well.
Yeah, I mean, both fullbacks I've seen at times, and I'm thinking, they're playing in the number 10 or the striker. It's phenomenal, but it creates so much confusion with the opposition. They're thinking, do we go back? What do we do?
Well, if it's me, for example, who played in midfield as a defensive, I'm like, well, have I got to get him then?
Yeah, exactly.
And who's got my guy?
Yeah.
Who's going to take? So it creates an overload. You're caught out. I'm going to start moaning my forward. I want my forward to come back and mark who's ever in midfield.
Yeah.
Then you've got Papsar going from the centre to the outside right. Porro comes in there, and James Maddison floats wherever he wants to float. They are the most fluid team in the Premier League right now,
and they understand it as well.
They really do.
How to hurt opposition teams, and I think that's incredible. But I mentioned something to you, didn't I, when we were off air and we were chatting about them, and I said Udogie's had the most dribbles in midfield this season.
And that's not just a fullback. No. That's any player.
It's incredible, absolutely incredible. But he's got so much power running with the ball. He's arguably one of the best dribblers of a ball because of the way he glides past players and pushes it, and he's got that strong right arm just to brush people off, and I love him. Absolutely love him.
You add into that, going to their recruitment, Mickey van der Ven, you got Christian Romero, World Cup winner, and Pedro Porro, that was there before but didn't really play much in the previous manager.
No.
And you got Guillermo Vicara, the 27-year-old Italian goalkeeper. I mean, that's building. That's good recruitment right there.
Solid.
I mean, the 2 centre-backs, I don't know if there's many better than that in the Premier League.
It's incredible, isn't it, that we're not talking about Daniel Levy anymore. Last year, probably last 3 years, we've been talking about, the fan base get him out, needs to leave the club, decisions are wrong. You get the right man at the helm.
You get the right man,
and you
director of football or the coach or both of them.
Exactly.
And then
make big decisions and see a philosophy of how you want to play. Make things good on the pitch, and the fans will back everything you do. And very similar with Arteta. He was under so much pressure at one point. But him and Edu have
the two
sorted
key
it
positions,
out. Kroenke's now all silence. No talk about the Arsenal need a new ownership and things. I think it was the guy from Spotify who was tipped to come in and buy the club, and there was so much talk about that.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Brilliant, mate. I enjoyed it. I mean, Super Sunday today, these games, and Tottenham, wow, it's a statement. 4-0 victory there is quite the statement. And I love, again, I continue to love the way that the manager speaks. I watch his press conference every week. Again, the one before this weekend, he was asked about what it means to finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
And he basically saying, yeah, but that at what? So at what cost? I'm not going to jump through hoops for that. We're building. He said, I'm going to be honest with you, I want to build to win.
Yeah.
I don't want to just qualify for a competition. If it means qualifying and we don't continue to build, I'm not interested in that, because we've seen that before. Teams are in and then they're out.
Yep.
He really is setting his sights really high, and just loving what they're doing at the moment.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.